I would go, with all due respect, Secretary of State, it's me asking the questions. With regards to the winter fuel payment, can he confirm that he will now go and ask his colleagues in government how many people in Scotland are going to be pushed into poverty as a result of the decisions of his government?
Well, I mean, obviously, the decision to means test the winter fuel payment in Scotland was made by his own government as well, in terms of the Scottish Government's position. But on that basis, I think that if we're going to look at figures and analyse figures properly, particularly in terms of the baseline for poverty or other socio-economic figures in this country, we need to do it with the whole picture, so that we don't end up legislating or putting in public policy that means we're dealing with the wrong issues. And that baseline figure, in my view, is incorrect, because it doesn't take into account some of the major things.
Your own colleague in government.
Some of the major public policy issues that this government has already put in place: the triple lock, the household support fund, and the massive increases in pension credit. If you don't include those figures, you end up in a situation where you're dealing with a baseline that is incorrect, and therefore could end up putting policy in place that deals with the wrong thing. If I can just reflect on the fact that the Child Poverty Task Force has been set up by the Secretaries of State of Education and the Department of Work and Pensions, and the key thing for that task force is to start with a proper baseline of what poverty is and how you deal with that particular poverty from the endemic problems that we have in this country that increase poverty. If we do it on the wrong baseline, you end up with the wrong answers. And so I'm loath to comment on a piece of documentation that I think is incorrect.
You think your own colleagues' work is incorrect?
The number they've come up is probably accurate, but it doesn't include all the factors. You can come up with a number. A number that you come up with depends on the question you ask. And the question that has been asked has been analysed on the basis that it doesn't include the major impacts on pensioners' income, which is the triple lock, the household support fund, and indeed the massive increase.
Which you've been disingenuous about.
Mr. Flynn.
There's tens of thousands of pensioners have been got themselves onto pension credit because of the massive increase in the advertising and the efforts that have been done by DWP. That is not included in those figures, as an example. So I'm loath to comment on public policy on the basis of a figure that I deem to be not showing the true picture, an accurate picture of the whole platform and the whole matrix of the public policies that are in place for pensioners.
Thank you, Secretary.